Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase we're going to be looking at the 1985 Series 2 Decepticon Thrust. What we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a quick look at him in both of his modes. That'll help you decide how you want to display him. We'll point out all the things that you need to be aware of if you have to purchase one for yourself. So in the same hand I'll show you all of his accessories, because he's got 13 in total. And as I'm lucky enough to have one in the packaging, we can have a look at the artwork and the fantastic battle scene on the back of that. Okay, let's get started. So as I've said, he was released in 1985 and he's what's known as Series 2, or probably known as like Wave 2 now in today's terminology, of the wave of Generation 1 figures released at that particular time. So yeah, the second wave, and I'm sure you'll agree, he looks stunning. Now, I go through phases, if I'm being completely honest, of how to depict his nose cone, and I know that obviously in the packaging it's down, but in most of the books and in most of the manuals it is up. And I suppose because I really love the Sunbow cartoons, and he's a conehead, so that's probably the reason why I display it up mainly. But there we go, let's have a look at his robot mode. So of course he is a Seeker mold, so we've seen Seeker molds before. The articulation isn't too bad. You've got movement obviously in the arms there, which would be at the shoulders, and then of course unfortunately the rest of it is just pretty much, although the legs aren't fused together, they are attached, and there's nothing else that you can do with them. These just fold up and down due to the transformation process. However, I still think they just look, I think they look brilliant, and I think this guy does as well. He looks totally different to the rest of the Seekers, and for that reason I think he's one of my favourites. As you can see straight away that stickers play a big point with this, on the wings, on his feet, on his hips, on the top there, on the top of his shoulder things. They do make a big difference with this, so stickers are something to look out for. The whole of the black part, which you can't really see much of, and yeah, this black part here is die cast, so that's something to be aware of. You can see it's a bit chipped at the top there, and you can actually see with this that the nose cone has had a bit of a battering as well, unfortunately. So when he's in his robot mode, the accessories that you're looking for are your two fists, your two launchers, your two larger, I think they're referred to as null rays still, or is that might just be with Starscream, so I might be completely wrong, and then your two wings and your two tail fins. The other accessories that he's got is the landing gear. Well, I always keep my landing gear, as you can see there, in his cockpit when he's in robot mode before you attach it. So the other two things that we haven't seen are the two small bombs there that are mainly for the jet mode. But again, I'm sure you'll agree, I think it looks really good. I really like the robot. He stands out. As I say, it looks totally different. Right, let's look at his alternate mode, and this is of course an F-15 Eagle but modified. So I'm just going to pop the bomb back in there if it stays, and yeah, look at that. It looks really good. Much better nose cone on this one, not chewed up as much. You've got the clearish translucent window for the cockpit, which looks really good. And again, as you can see, these stickers, without these stickers, to be fair, if there's none at all, you can pretty much get away with it. I've had ones in the past where you have been able to get away with the no stickers, but they do set it off. And of course there are companies that do repro labels like Toy Hacks and stuff like that. You can see much more indeed, well, probably better now underneath, how shiny that is, the die cast there, so that is something to be aware of. Corrosion in the screws you sometimes get, corrosion on the wheels you sometimes get, especially maybe the back ones. But to be honest, with these being mainly die cast and quite robust plastic, there's not too much things to go wrong with these, and I think that's why, you know, there's still so many Seekers about. The hardest thing is finding the accessories, but I'm sure, you know, with the help of eBay and other online excuse me, online forums, that they can be easily attained. I'm going to have a quick look at the instruction booklet before I show you some other things to be aware of. That was just the tech spec decoder that fell out there. So because we're in 1985, we've lost the full colour, but we've got the black and white, and we've got the purple colour because he's a Decepticon. And then you've obviously got the very simple instructions, I suppose, and I think I mentioned this on the Starscream one that I did. These would now in today's terminology be more known as a parts former, because that's basically it. You take him apart and you're sort of building back up with a mild transformation. So I don't particularly like that phrase, to be honest, but it pretty much sums up what it is. Before we look at the packaging and the accessories, I just want to show you something if you're looking to complete one with a mint in box. I just want to show you the bubble You can see that there's two bubbles. You've got a bubble here which keeps all the accessories in, and then you've got your main bubble there for the jet. The one at the back isn't sealed, unfortunately, but I just wanted to show you that out of the packaging. And while I'm doing that, I wanted to show you just a quick variation. You can see this one here says ages 7 and up, and this is just a Hasbro one, and these are both Hasbro boxes, but they were just made, must have been made in different parts of the world. I presume that this was the closest one to the UK, and the reason for that is, even though it's saying Hasbro on the back, just purely for that reason that obviously I live in the UK and that's where it's managed to make its way over. The one I'm going to show you in a second, I just want to stop and pause at that beautiful battle scene. That's the 84 battle scene though. So that's the first one that was used. There's your first wave of figures. And then I'm just going to show you this one here. And as I say, exactly the same Hasbro box, but this one says ages 5 and up. And there you can see the two bubbles in a bit more detail inside. And you can see what I mentioned earlier, the fact that they folded his head down, even though of course he is a cone head. What's interesting though is that on the packaging there, you see his cockpit is like a bright orangey colour. That was pretty much only sort of found with ramjet ones, I think. But then if we spin it round again, here's this beautiful battle scene. But what also I wanted to just quickly point out, and I think that this sort of confirms what I was saying about different locations and areas, this one's managed to get a Target sticker on. And this was $12.99 at the time. So this has managed to find its way across the shores all the way over here. So I just wanted to point that out because, to be honest, I've put a couple of pictures of some of these on my Instagram before, and people are a bit concerned about KOs, etc. So it's just mainly to reassure you, you know, that they do have different age categories on them. There's many more of the differences. If you want to search for your KO, use the website I've mentioned a few times, highendtfs.com, to search if you've got a KO. But please rest assured and don't be worried if you've got a thrust box which says age 7 and up or ages 5 and up. Either one doesn't necessarily mean it's a KO. But anyway, there we go. I hope you guys found this interesting. I do really like this figure. I've said that too many times already. So I hope you enjoyed looking at him. I hope it brought back nice memories for the people out there who've already had him and are lucky enough to own him. And of course, if this helped you with your decision on getting one for yourself, I hope it helped with that as well. So thank you very much for watching and take care.
Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.